All right, here we go. We're in week 17 of the 281 season. It's your boy Stokes, aka Stokes. Got my co-host DJ Tommy G. Gas with me today. He's watching Jay play Ron
Last
Clark
minute.
currently.
Fourth down. Here it is. He throws it. Touchdown! No, he
Touch-
dropped it. Oh my God.
Well,
He possession caught it with his tight end and he got a drop animation. That's rough.
that hurts. Well, that'll
Oh, well.
affect the AFC playoffs here a little bit.
It's not completely over.
No.
He's got 2 timeouts and there's 1:09 left and Ron's on his own 3. So
Okay.
all right, let's get into it.
All right. So the first thing we're going to get into is the AFC playoff picture. So right now, the seeds are not too locked completely. So you got the Chiefs, who are going to be 14-2. They've got a forced win coming up against what I think is the Falcons or something like that. But they're 14-2. Browns are 14-2 as well. The 3 seed is pretty much locked. The 4 seed will go to the AFC South victors, the Colts, looks looking like. And then the 5th seed, the Raiders have locked up. So the 6th and 7th seeds are still what's up for play right now. It's between the Bills, the Steelers, and the Chargers. The Bills look like they're about to win a game,
Yeah,
so
they just won.
Okay, so they're going to go to 9-7. The Chargers, they won their game this week, so they're 9-7. And Pittsburgh,
shush, please.
they have Denver and they have the Giants in the final 2 weeks. The Chargers have the Chiefs in the final week, and the Bills have the Titans in the last week. So none of those games, I don't think, should be chalked up as, okay, this is going to be a win for the AFC team involved, the playoff competitor, I suppose. So I think that is going to make Week 18 really interesting. Because Dre, he's got a style that can frustrate anyone, and if Ron is not in his bag, he could lose that game.
And Dre is, I would say, one of the people. I can talk. You don't talk. I would say Dre is one of the players who relishes in playing that. You're not gonna walk into the playoffs over me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't see Dre laying down in this game. I don't think he cares so much about a playoff spot that he won't try and win the game. So I think that that's good. And Strong has something to play for in Week 18. If he wins that game against Ader, he will clinch the first round bye, which is really, really important because there's only one team that gets it. So he's going to need to win that game in order to make sure he doesn't have to play someone in Week 18. So, and then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers playing against the New York Giants, and that's going to be a good game any time in the season. But now that it's got even more importance involved, I think this is going to be really cool because Ramey does have something to play for as well. He wants to win his division and have home field for that first game. So I don't know how it's going to shake out, but if everybody wins the rest of their games, it looks like Pittsburgh will be the ones that miss out of the playoffs here. And that'd be really sad.
No, not Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that'd be really sad. It's my guy that would miss.
Another coach.
Yeah.
He's a real piece of shit.
So that would be a tough one, but at the same time, their hope is not all gone because the Chargers and the Bills could lose their game in the Week 18. So we'll see how everything goes there. But it looks like there's going to be some really good matchups in the first couple rounds or the first round in the playoffs as well. If you do sneak in at the 7th seed, you'll most likely be playing against Wilson. So I think that's really interesting.
I think it's important to say as well for the first time this season, because
exactly
the last 3 seasons, I have beaten him twice, all 3 years, and had to play him in the playoffs, and then lost twice, and then last year. So
I think that that'd be really interesting to have that juxtaposition of you didn't get to play him either time in this season, but yet you still face this dude in the playoffs. I think that's like some Peyton Manning and Tom Brady ish right there. These dudes always find each other one way or another when it comes to the playoffs. So. I think that Strong is going to beat Ader just because of their styles don't mesh in Ader's favor at all, in my opinion.
I really hope so, man. I really hope so.
I think that Strong's defensive play style and offensively, he's just very methodical. He's gonna try to move the ball, and it's gonna be death by a thousand cuts. Hey, I got my drag.
Here's my thing. I think that he's got too much lurk for Ader.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. I think that that makes a lot of sense, and it really depends on what type of Ader you're going to get. Because if he is committed to using Jonathan Taylor in the run game, that's going to affect the way that Strong can play him. But if he gets frustrated and he gets down by a score or two, will he just revert back to trying to roll out with Burrow and go deep to Tyreek Hill? It's just a matter of what we're going to see out of Ader and whether he can keep his composure in a game of this magnitude. So, Week 18 is going to be really cool. And then
Week 18 is going to be really fun.
Yeah, and in your case,
I get to play this. I'm going to be nice. What, Thea? What? You want one? Okay, here you go. Ramey's he's been, I don't know. Enola, what? He's been talking a lot. Talk about the NFC. Most people are saying, NFC is better than the AFC or AFC is better than the NFC. He's the only one saying it's NFC and it's not even close. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're crazy. So I'm excited to play him.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. And it's going to be really, really important. So that's cool that we have games this late with stakes.
Yes, this is. I don't remember really a week 18 or week 17 that was like this, where like there's a lot of games where like it's not just seeding, it's going to send some people home.
Yeah, absolutely, and the NFC is very similar. In some cases,
I still can't get over the fact that there's two teams in the NFC who are fighting for their playoff lives. They still have playoff lives in Week 17, and their point differential is like negative 150.
No, so you're talking about the Seahawks, huh? Seahawks are minus 151.
It just boggles me. It boggles my mind.
Ader has a negative point differential as well.
The Panthers are still tied for their division lead.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's a bit of an illusion. The Panthers they lost both games to Tef, so if they have the same record, they'll be out.
Well, who does Tef play in Week 18? Tef,
he plays Eric in Week 18, and
okay.
But Skeet plays Self. So they're both playing players who are on paper better than them, but it's just a matter of.
I played Franklin earlier this season, and like literally, I don't think I had an incomplete pass. It was So I think he's probably done.
Yeah, so that's going to be really interesting. And Eric lost another game. He's 14-2. I didn't even realize he played a game and lost it. Who did he just play?
Oh, look, Herm just got him a big win. His first big win.
Okay, so
congratulations, Herm, on
your
first your return to 281 and your first big win in your return.
35-49.
Yep.
Okay.
He's been putting up fucking points, bro. How these motherfuckers? Hold up. Kyler Murray threw 6,969 yards and 76 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones 6,899 and
Jets scored 13 points against the Cardinals, just for the record.
I want to know. Yeah. The Jets scored, I think, 14 against the Steelers.
So yeah.
He did not. He got blown out in his other three big games.
So now so the NFC, so the first seed's locked up with the Cardinals officially. Now, I mean, when I won my Week 17 game, but so now the Vikings have the second seed locked up.
Oi,
The
mate.
third seed is going to go to either the Cowboys or the Giants. They split their regular season matchup, so it's going to be a matter of how they finish out.
Well, Giants finishing out with a big fat L.
Okay, well then there's that. So if he wins his game, and then Self loses his game, they both have 12-5 records. They both have 5-1 division records. They would both have 8-4 NFC records. So I don't even know what the heck the tiebreaker is going to be after that. I think the real life tiebreaker is win-loss record against common opponents. So I don't. Yeah, that's just that's gonna be really annoying. So I don't know what to expect out of that if it happens. But if you beat Ramey in week 18, I guess it doesn't really matter. And also if Self wins against Skeet, then it doesn't really matter.
Unfortunately for the Panthers, I'm penciling that one in. Cowboys gave me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. But I mean, it's Madden, It's Madden. So with Self, he can be frustrated into the point where he'll start tossing stop tossing passes that are questionable throws. Eat it? So if Skeet has the opportunities to do that,
Apple,
he can
mango,
get himself a couple
peach, banana.
extra turnovers.
All right, go. Yeah.
The number 5 seed is going to go to the Packers or the loser of the NFC East.
Packers are a 5 seed? Oh, because of Vikings.
Yeah. And then the 7th seed is going to be...
They've lost 5 games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the Bears beat them. So the Bears and the Seahawks, along with the Panthers, they're all fighting for that 7th seed. And the Panthers have an 8-3 conference record. So that's the best out of all 3 of them. So they're going to need to lose their game and have the Bears or Seahawks win theirs in order to bypass them. So
who do the Bears and the Seahawks play? Sorry,
the Bears play the Washington football team, and the Seahawks play Miami.
All right, so they'll probably both. Well, I mean, man, Tony's just been getting his ass beat.
Yeah,
Tony is one to like, especially against somebody who he wants to beat. He's one to like have a game where he'll just like turn it on and fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he wants to beat Prey. I'm almost positive that he wants to beat Prey. Oh, he definitely does. So, he's got that motivation, and he doesn't even have his first round pick, so he has no reason to try to lose the game. So, he'll be out there, I would assume, trying to win.
First and then had a horrible season.
Yeah. Gave it to the friggin' Browns. That dude.
The Browns.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know the Browns have the Dolphins first?
Call somebody.
Yeah, indeed. I thought of that when I said it, but I just didn't want to say it. But yeah,
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, I got you. So I would expect the Bears to beat Washington, and then I would probably expect for Prey to beat Tony, but I don't really know. So now that game is...
Tony has a better point differential even with 2 wins.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Tony's point... Okay, no. It's 198. This is minus 198.
Well, okay, but he just got put 96 on him by
that's fair.
By the Jets, and he got beat by like 50 this week. So he was close last time I looked, but last 2 games.
That's hilarious to think about. He has 6 fewer wins than Prey, and the point differential is only like 40 points different. That's crazy.
And that's with him giving up 130 points of differential in the last 2 weeks.
Wow. I love football. It's so great.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I got you. So we'll see how that shakes out with Week 18. I think it's going to be really fun to see how that how this all transpires.
So the Titans and the Dolphins, two of the worst point differentials in the league, could play spoiler in Week 18.
Yeah, they really can. It's going to be really cool. I'm very excited for this and to see what the playoff matchups are because, I mean, in many cases,
You ain't eating all
the
of
styles
those.
are
Put
going to
'em back.
determine what's going on because, you can be really comfortable against one person, but then the other person
The
you
same
really
one.
don't really like playing. So that's why buys,
Yeah.
I think, are really important. And of course, taking care of the football. But I say that every single podcast, and I will say that forever. Taking care of the football is one of the most important things you can do. It's been 3 seasons now. Not one team has won a game in which they lost a turnover battle. So I will say that, and I don't know when that's going to change, but it's really difficult. It's a really difficult proposition to put yourself into if you lose a turnover battle. Okay. All right. So now we've talked about the playoff picture. I do want to touch briefly on the bottom of the barrel. The Eagles, Ravens, Falcons, and Saints all have 2 wins. So I don't know who's going to end up with the first pick out of those 3 if they all lose their final game. So we got Watts at 2-13. I think he's in a position where he's trying to build
Can you hear
things
me?
out. I can hear you.
Oh, damn. You couldn't hear me for a while, though. I was
Oh,
just going to
yes.
say, fuck, what was I going to say? I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
What were you just talking about?
I was just talking about the bottom of the league, their win totals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Bengals, man. The Bengals were within, I think they lost to the Chargers by 2. They had a chance to give me
Give you a little boost.
a new life, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Flo, he was 5. I think it was a 5-1 or something like that. And
Yeah, he was 5-1.
he's now 6-10. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. All right, so now we talked about the playoff picture. We've talked about the teams that are losing. So now we can finish off because the NFL playoffs are starting. But we can finish off talking about the debate that has started over the last, I guess, day or 2 about the AFC versus the NFC. And we've got some staunch opinions on both sides. And I think that the fact that there is a debate is a testament to the league itself. For a long time, it was the fact that it was like me, Gas, and DZ on one side of the bracket. Okay, well we know that conference is better.
It's definitely a debate this year,
Yeah.
whereas in the past it hasn't been.
Yeah, so I think that's a testament to the fact that the league is good, the players are good, and I love that there is so much competition in the league, and I love that both sides are like, this is this and this and this and this and this and this. I love that we can have the back and forth, even if you're super staunch in your side. So I mean, I love it. I love it for the league, and I'm really excited to see how it continues to progress because we don't want it to just be landslide here and there. So I will give you the opportunity to speak on your conference's behalf.
Yes. So basically, I mean, here's the thing. You have the 3 Super Bowls, so that kind of ends the debate right there. But I don't necessarily think that is the best, just in this season in particular, is the best. It certainly says that the Cardinals and the Vikings are 1-2 in the league. It says that, but it doesn't say that the NFC is greater than the AFC. So basically, my argument stems from the fact that I think the AFC is a bigger bloodbath than the NFC.
Okay.
I think that if you look at if you matched it up, if I matched it up, in my opinion, right? I think that I could pick, and we could go. How many spots would we go to? Like, let's say 10. I know I'm probably not going to make the playoffs, or possibly won't make the playoffs this season, but I've been the 1 seed in the AFC. I would say I'm the strongest player in the AFC. I know I've had some weak spots, but I would say I have the best chance of beating either you or Eric, whoever would be in the 1 spot in the NFC, out of the AFC teams, because of the fact that I have Lamar Jackson. Like, let's not forget about that. That's that's nothing to be sneezed at. And I see, you really have to play with matchups, because to me, the Raiders would be the second best team. He's the second best user, followed by the Browns, and then probably Jets, Chiefs. But that's the thing. The Chiefs are 5, and he is a really, really, really strong player.
I think that strong is just he's a tough matchup, but I also
for everybody
do think
though.
I also do
in the
think
same reason that you're a
he,
tough matchup for everybody, because your style is so frustrating.
right. Yeah, and I completely agree with it, and I think that if you got him into a position where he has to throw himself back into a game, it would make him a different player, much like it would make me a different player if I'm down 14 and all I can do is pass the ball to try and get back into a game. So yeah, I mean it's really 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 about the matchups, and I mean you're correct in that sense. I guess I'll filibuster here for a little bit. The Buccaneers just had a punt, so I'm hoping the Rams win today, because I hate Tom Brady. Even though since he went to Tampa Bay, he's been a much more palatable individual. Being a Bills fan, I can appreciate his trolling now that he's out of New England, and he didn't really do a whole lot of trolling when he was with the Patriots, because Belichick beat that out of him. But I can really appreciate Brady now because of the character, with the amount of character he's able to show with Tampa. So I still want the Rams to beat him though. Okay, now the Rams have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 20. Guess I'll do some play-by-play. First down pass to Odell Beckham. 7-yard gain. Also, the Bills are playing tonight against the Chiefs. I can't tell you how excited I am about that game. I think that the winner of this game tonight is going to be going to the Super Bowl. I can't envision a path for the Bengals to beat the Chiefs or Bills next Sunday. Now, granted, the Bengals did just recently beat the Chiefs, so that's worth mentioning, but I just cannot see it happening again. Oh, no problem. Just filibustering, talking about my Bills.
Shit. Bills are going to win today.
I sure hope so. So yeah, I think that you're correct. It's really all about how the matchups end up. If you were to put the teams one way, then I put the teams another way. It's just we'd all be looking at who's the best matchup for who. And I mean, when we go, ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe I'm not giving the Cowboys enough credit.
I mean, he is.
I think he's definitely upped his game this release.
He's the only one to have a playoff win over Eric currently. So I mean, that's something.
That's what I'm saying. Because I mean, in the past, I've played Self quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure that he has never beaten me before this season. So I think that was kind of weighing me down in my opinion of him. But he is.
Yeah, that's understandable.
He's a lot less points than you have. That's impressive to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
he's just playing well.
I think that Self is a good player. Also, I think that he if you frustrate him, he becomes a different player. I mean, and I think that can be said of most people. Like if you
But
frustrate,
is he working on that? Is it harder to frustrate him? I think probably, yeah.
maybe. I mean, the last two games I played him um, last year in the regular season and then in the playoffs, and I dominated him in both games just because I just played, how I play,
Yeah.
and it just forced him into situations where he
If you
couldn't
get
really
the
do what he
lead,
wants to do.
it's really tough to play against you when
Right.
you're fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah. So I mean, but he blew out Eric basically in the playoffs
Yeah.
last season, and he got a win versus you this season. So he is a good player, and in the playoffs is, but he also lost to Tef. So I mean, it's just really you don't really know what to
And
expect.
like,
It's
I'm
mad.
not trying to disrespect the Giants or the Packers, but I would take. Hold on. I would take Jeremy Strong, Herm, Terrell, Jason. If Ader would fucking play, if Ader played like, if he could lock into his mind that he's playing me no matter what, no matter who he's playing me. That dude would be dangerous.
I think
He
he's
thrives
got
on
him.
that anger and that, I hate this dude. I want to I'm not gonna let him beat me, type of shit. I think because I have a little bit of that, in me. So I think I see that in him as well.
Yeah, he's got an offense that is really difficult to stop. He's got plays that are really difficult to stop, and that is part of what makes him, so frustrating to defend. And I mean, and
But
he
he
helped
gets swept
himself by
by the
getting Jonathan
Broncos.
Taylor, definitely.
Yeah.
But I still think that defensively he doesn't really do anything that makes you
No.
worry
Yeah.
too
I was
much.
just walking. In the stops he got were me just like, what am I doing? Like I had either had somebody open, didn't look at him, or just like rushed a throw before he beat his zone and the zone fucking reacted and picked it off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so and I think that Ader is like he is a lesser version of Terrell because Terrell's offense is extremely
Yeah.
difficult to stop. Um,
Terrell's defense to me is top notch.
really, I mean
His pass defense, he struggles to stop the run, I think, but
yeah, when he played Strong, I think Strong had like 270 yards rushing, but I didn't really get anything going running when I played against him last week. So
well, that could possibly be because he's trying to focus on stopping the run. He knows you're going to run, so he opened himself up to the pass, and you took what he gave you.
this matchup thing. That's why I love Madden and I love the playoffs so much because you have no idea what to expect in
That's why I
any
play a
given matchup.
completely different style when I go to the playoffs. Like I pretty much for all intents and purposes air it out throughout the whole regular season, and then come playoff time, I just completely change it to you literally don't know what I'm going to run because I'm going to take exactly what your defense is giving me.
That's scary though because you're not creating good habits when you try to completely
It's
change
worked for
a
me
style.
for how
I
many
mean,
years have I been winning Super Bowls with you, Stoke? Get out of here,
I
bro.
mean
That's been my
that's
strategy
fair.
all along.
I'm just saying
I got
that's
20
scary thing
years
to
in
do.
that strategy. It's nothing scary about
That's
it.
okay. It's a fair enough resume.
But maybe I am getting too old to do that. I need to start my playoff style in like week 10. Can't go the full season, maybe.
It's like how LeBron James does. He starts to
But
ramp up for
also,
the playoffs like towards the end of the
it's
regular
hard.
season.
I don't, like if I'm playing somebody who's not very good, I'm blowing them out. It's hard to play that style against people I'm beating by 50 points.
Yeah,
So
it is difficult to remain locked in against someone that even if I have a bad game, even if I have my C game, I'm winning this game regardless. Like, so those are difficult ones to like stay locked in on, for sure. So I definitely get what you're saying, and I have those lapses as well. Sometimes when I'm playing someone who, if they have a bad record, I go into it feeling differently. I will,
Oh my god.
unless I've played them a few times and I know that what they're
Poop on
they're
my
good
foot.
at. So I definitely understand what you're saying in that respect. But I mean, I don't think that, as Ramey put it, it's not even close. I think that yeah, I can understand the arguments from both sides, and of course I'm a biased opinion here because I feel that the NFC is better, but I can't. That doesn't mean I discount
So let me
the
just
players in the AFC.
let me just do this then. I'm just gonna run down some matchups and you tell me who would win.
All right.
So I'm gonna give you're getting Jeremy Strong versus you.
I think that'd be a really weird game because it'd be
I
like
would
the
love to watch that
Spider-Man
game. That
meme
would,
where they're pointing at each other.
yes, that would be a fantastic game.
So I mean, I of course I would pick myself, but I think it would be really weird because it'd be like a game where okay, the first person to force a turnover is going to win this game because our styles are so similar. So
Or whoever can slow down the other one's run to get a stop or two, you know.
yeah, so I'm gonna choose myself because that's what I have to do, and but yeah, it would be really interesting to play that game because we play so similarly.
And then Viking Steelers.
Well, you guys played recently, well not recently, but it was last season, but I mean, oh man,
I've lost one more game than him this season.
Viking Steelers,
I think.
I
Yeah.
so this is where it's difficult for me because
Use your head, not your heart. Who do you think would win a game right now, Vikings or Steelers? If we played in the Super Bowl right now, this season, who's winning that game?
I I am going to say, oh boy, hmm, hmm. I'm going to say Eric. I'll pick Eric.
Okay. And then Browns, Cowboys, or, well, I'll actually say Raiders, Cowboys.
I would probably choose the Raiders. I would say.
Yeah. I think that's one. And then again, maybe I'm being too hard on the Cowboys, but I think Rel would really give him a really hard time. And then we got Browns versus Giants. Or no, let's go Browns versus Packers.
Um, I mean, they're the two really, yeah, their rosters are both really, really good. Ron has Josh Allen, but Jason has Jalen Waddle, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson is a fucking monster. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, but it's Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen's Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, I said, well, you can't use your heart. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Tried to take the Steelers.
I am going. I think I would probably, gun to my head, I would probably choose the Browns.
Yep, and then it would be. Is that five? No, Jets. Okay, so Jets against Giants. Herm against Al.
So I think that Ramey plays sound enough defense to where he would frustrate Herman win that game.
So you really think that? I know that wouldn't probably be a matchup where you're like, yeah, I'm putting money on this one. But you would, if you had to, you'd put money on Al to beat Herm.
So these are all.
Herm has Kyler Murray.
These are all gun to head situations. I feel that Ramey's.
I just don't believe that one. I don't believe that one.
No, you don't believe. You don't believe. You don't believe that I believe it.
I don't believe you believe that Ramey would beat Herm. No, man, no.
You don't
That
believe that
was
I
just to
believe
give
it.
yourself the 3-2 win.
Oh no.
Herm
No.
would walk him, dude.
I
He
don't
lost
know,
to
man.
Tef in the playoffs.
I mean that's fair. He did lose the test. I mean that is.
And the
I mean,
field goal thing, I don't want to hear it. He threw up an ag catch to get there.
I mean, I can't deny. I mean, he did
You've
lose.
seen Herm do some things, bro. You've seen
Yeah,
Herm do
I
some
mean,
things.
Herm is, I mean, undoubtedly really good. But I also see some of the games that Ramey plays, and there are some games when he's really locked in, and he's like, okay, well, this guy
Well,
is
this
really
is a
good.
Super Bowl. Gun to
Yeah,
your
this
head,
is a
Super Bowl. You know what I
you
mean?
you'd
You
think
think
that
he'd be locked in?
Yeah, I would think so. And he's only given up 325 points this season. So, um, I mean,
The Giants would have a chance if he could frustrate and slow him down. I believe that. I'm not saying that this is one where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm putting $1,000 on Herm.
and Herm, he can be slowed down with Murray. I mean, you said all big games that he's played, he's lost because he's played against good
I
players.
mean, he just the
But he
most
did
recent one
his
he just
BD.
played. Indeed.
So
I don't know.
that could have been some circle
But
love. You never know.
I'll let you go on that one. I'll let you go on that one.
I can understand why you feel Herm would win that game because he would have the best player on the field, which is Kyler Murray. So I mean, and when you have the best player on the field, that obviously gives you the advantage from the outset. But then there's
Herm
what
might actually be a good matchup for the Vikings, and then I could play you.
maybe, but I don't think anyone would call him the number two.
We would walk y'all.
I mean,
And not even that. We don't really have time to do it, but like going down the list.
what do you think your number 10 is better than our number 10?
Let's do we should have a fucking who's the Eagle? No, damn. Oh, it could be Young versus Watts. The Fallen. Oh, they are. They're both last in the conference.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my God! Hold up. That's something we need to talk about. Young and Watts. When I joined this league, were talked of in chorus with you with James Stokes, and said, and this was these are the goats. Oh my God, Anola. These are the goats.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Watts is doing. I think he's rebuilding.
Yeah, Watts
his
is coming
squad.
back. Watts is on his way back, I think.
And Young, I just don't know whether he has the time to devote to this game.
I think he does, but he just doesn't have that like. He's like, man, fuck this game.
Yeah, so I think he's one of those people that he's at this point where it's like, okay, well, if I get one bad thing happen to me, I'm mentally checked out of this game. Yeah. Like I'm just done with the game for the rest of the day. So, and that's something that you have to deal with this game because pretty much every game you're gonna have something that happens where it's like, what? Why? This is not what was supposed to happen. And it's how you battle back from that. And I don't know whether Young has the want to battle back from that anymore. And I mean, you can't really help that if it's something you want to do.
I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't really have any insider information. But I have heard rumors that Michael Morrison is trying to get back in the league.
Really?
So maybe that'll inspire Young to.
Really? If we could ever get a friggin' Falcons owner, that'd be great too.
Tell me why I didn't know Michael Morrison didn't know anything about football. He was messaging me talking about how he wants to get back in the league, blah 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 blah. And he was like, we were talking about the game, and I was like, said something about like a run commit or a pass commit, and he was like, man, you're gonna laugh, but I don't even know how to do that.
Yikes.
This dude doesn't even know how the fucking game works, and he was actually half decent. He made some playoffs and shit.
So he doesn't know football. He's just playing Madden. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess. I think he just He probably played Madden when he was a kid, but never really played like actual football or was a fan of football.
Hmm. It's something that I did not know.
Yeah. I know that. What do you want? Quit following me around.
So I don't really have a whole lot left. Do you have any
Yeah.
other parting thoughts?
I'm just really excited about potentially making the playoffs and then winning a Super Bowl. That's all I can really.
Yeah, I hope you make it. I'd like for you to make it to the
I gotta
to,
make it,
to the
man.
playoffs.
You know what? The last time I missed 2-8-1 playoffs, I was suspended for 4 games for breaking the 4th down rule against Watts.
Full circle. Full circle.
Yep. That's the only way I can miss is if I fuck it. But against Watts, I did the shit on purpose. I even posted about it. I was like, I'm not punting. Fuck it. Fuck that shit. I'm not
Yeah,
losing to this dude.
that was
Not losing to this dude's 99 speed defensive tackle team.
that was a lit night. Yeah, Watts' teams used to
Yeah.
be just
But
unreal.
I didn't. You know what? When I did it that time, I thought they were just. It wasn't going to be a huge deal. They were just going to be like, oh yeah, you're suspended for, next week or whatever. Because I didn't care. I just wanted to beat that dude. Because there had been so much lead up to it. What? Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much it for me. I'm
All
gonna
right.
beat Ramey's ass week 18.
Yeah, week 18 is
Hopefully I
gonna
don't
be
have to
really
eat
really
those words.
fun.
I've had to eat a bunch of fucking words this year.
Yeah, there's been
More than ever before.
it's been a smorgasbord of words eaten so far this season. So
But you know
hopefully,
what? I think that Ader tagged me like 45 times, bro.
yeah, that's fantastic.
Like I live in that man's imagination. He thinks about me when he's at work. Like 40. I wasn't even responding. I was just like, yeah, man, I'm not even gonna lie. Like no excuses. You whoop my ass. And he
Yeah, I
was just
mean,
like, no, be more
sometimes he can
mad.
play. Yeah, I think he didn't really like the way you didn't really react. Like I think he was hoping that you after the
Oh yeah.
game would
He
be.
wanted me to quit the league and go berserk.
Yeah,
I wasn't even giving
he was
that
hoping that
satisfaction,
you'd be
bro.
really lit and having a bunch of excuses and stuff like that.
Maybe
And
younger gas would have blew the motherfucker up, but no. Nope. Maybe in the playoffs I would have raged, but
yeah,
not over some. He literally that was his Super Bowl. He tagged me 45 times. Like there's no way, even if he makes it, I don't even think he'll win a wild card game.
no, I mean if
His
he'll end
energy
up as
focused.
the seventh seed, I think. I mean he'll end up facing Wilson. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think
Wilson's
they've done that twice, I think, and he's wrecked him both times if I can recall correctly.
yeah. All right, bro.
All right, have
Good
a good
luck
one.
today.
Yes, sir. Go Bills. Go Bills.
Bills. Nobody
Yes,
circles the wagon.
that's right.
Buffalo Bills.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
You too.